channel, Eileen here, and today I'm bringing you a new review. This review will be about Southeast Asia. I traveled to Southeast Asia last September and traveled around Philippines and Thailand for 2 months. I've always wanted to go to Southeast Asia since I was a little girl, so I had saved up money so that I could go and travel these amazing places that I always wanted to visit. I wanted to do this review because I went to Southeast Asia thinking I would go to a very different place to the one that I actually went. And I know there's a lot of people that also want to travel to Southeast Asia, and they go thinking that it will be something, and then when you get there you will realize that it's totally a different thing than what you expected. There's so many reviews out there saying that Southeast Asia is so beautiful and such a paradise and so perfect, and I believed it, and I know there's so many people that believe that, but when I got there I realized that this was a lie. I'm not saying that Southeast Asia is not beautiful. Of course it's a beautiful place, there's lots of beaches, and I can tell it was once a real paradise, but right now it's no longer a paradise. And that's what I wanted to tell you guys about, so that this doesn't happen to you. I used a lot of money and time to travel to these places, and I don't regret going to them because I got to know them. But it wasn't what I expected. I didn't get to visit the places as how I imagined they would be. And I think that's because of tourism. So probably Southeast Asia 10 years ago was amazing because nobody knew about it. But today everyone knows about it, so everyone goes there. So from the minute you start your trip, it's gonna be totally different from what you're thinking of. I was thinking of going to quiet places, to enjoy clean and beautiful beaches, amazing green areas. I wasn't going to party and do that kind of stuff. If that's what you are looking for, then probably you will have a good time because there are a lot of parties and stuff like that going on. But I was not interested in that. I was just interested in nature and beaches and maybe exploring the islands and stuff like that. But every time I got to a beach, and this happened to me all over the trip, whether it was the Philippines or Thailand, all beaches were extremely dirty. I mean, seriously dirty. It's so nasty and sad seeing all the sand and the water. Everything is covered by plastic, by straws, by cans, whatever it is, name it, you can find it on the beach or on the water. It was so disgusting that I didn't get in the water in many places because of how dirty it was. And I kept thinking, like, I have the choice not to get on the water, but what about all the fish that have to live in this water? It's so sad, and people don't care. Like, I went to talk to people like, why are you doing this? Why are you smoking and littering your cigarette on the ocean? Why are you doing this kind of stuff? And it's so sad to see people doing all these things without even realizing the damage they're causing. And when you try to explain to them and tell them that what they're doing is wrong and that it's dangerous for the environment, and they don't even realize it even though you explain it to them. So it's really sad, and it makes the trip less enjoyable because you are watching all the time how people are destroying the planet. So that's one thing that really shocked me about Southeast Asia, how dirty it was and how much lack of education people have about taking care of the environment. You see it all the time, so much contamination. I decided to skip so many tourist excursions because I thought about my environmental footprint. But there's so much people that don't. Like when you go on scuba diving or snorkeling, you step on the corals and you destroy their environment. So why go and do these activities so that you can enjoy for a few minutes, but then destroying the environment for how many years? It makes no sense. And like that, there are so many other excursions that you can do and that will kill the environment, and that I really urge you not to do it just to have a little fun. Other things that I didn't really like is that they all make different prices for tourists. So if you're a tourist, they will charge you 3 or 4 times the price, and that makes me so mad. Like, it's your money, like you worked for that money. Why would you have to pay 3 or 4 times the price? It makes no sense. And the thing is that I really wanted to do many things, but I didn't want to pay 4 times the price for 2 different reasons. One, I don't have that amount of money to be paying 4 times the price for everything that I want to do. And second, it's really ethically and morally wrong. Like, you can't charge one person different because they're from the country or not. Like, the price is the price for everyone. And the fact that people were trying to take advantage of tourists made me so mad and not want to do the activities that they were selling, because you feel like you're being ripped off, so then you don't want to do the activity. So that's also something that annoyed me a lot, not being able to do many of the things that I thought would be more cheap, so that I would be able to do them, and that if I wanted to do them, then I had to surrender to this taking advantage of tourists. Another thing that really bothered me was timing. So I know I'm on vacation and everything doesn't have to go as planned and exact on time, but when you are on vacations, you want to enjoy your time and you don't want to be fighting with people because they didn't get on time. And this happened a lot during our trip. Every time we had to get on a boat or any land travel, things were very messy, very disorganized, never on time, bags get lost, and it's not cheap. So you're paying a lot for really bad services. The food was one of the worst things during my trip, especially in the Philippines. I eat a lot of vegetables and fruits, and in the Philippines it was almost impossible to find this kind of food. All the food that I could find was rice or sausages or cans or something like that. And I literally lost 5 kilograms because I didn't eat anything in the Philippines. Thailand was much better. There was a lot of fruits and vegetables and vegan restaurants, so it was pretty good and much easier to find food. But you still get a few places where you don't find vegetables or fruits. And if you're like me and you rely on this kind of food a lot, then you will suffer with this. And it was not pleasant. So I'm not saying that Southeast Asia is all horrible and that all the people are bad or whatever. I'm not saying that at all. I'm just talking about my own experience, about what I thought and how I felt. And I started by saying that Southeast Asia is beautiful, but it's just being devastated by human beings. So much tourism made it go really bad, very contaminated, super crowded, and as this happens, prices go up and then you pay ridiculous prices for what you want. So of course not everyone is like that. There are a few people on our trip that charged us the right price and were honest people and were very nice to us, but the majority of them didn't. So I hope this review is useful for you if you want to travel Southeast Asia. I wouldn't go back to Southeast Asia. I didn't enjoy my time so much there. I went to Southeast Asia looking for nice beaches and I didn't find that because of the pollution. So next time I want to find beaches, I would maybe go to the Caribbean or Spain or somewhere else. I just wouldn't go back to Southeast Asia. But if you want to go and look for yourself how it is, then you are more than welcome to do it. I just wanted to do this to let you know what you will encounter, because when I went there, everyone told me that I would love it, that it's amazing, so beautiful, and that people are so nice. And when I got there, things were totally different and I was pretty disappointed. So I don't want this to happen to you. And if you are still going to go, then at least you have all the information and not only the good things about Southeast Asia. And if not, I hope this review makes you decide not to go there and visit other places that you will enjoy more, and that at the end you will be spending the same amount of money. Because as I said, Southeast Asia is getting more and more expensive, so it's no longer this super cheap paradise to go to. So if you will spend this amount of money, then you better go to a much better place, much better quality, where you will have a much better time, and where people are actually taking care of our environment. Now, a message that I really wanted to get to you guys is that wherever you go, please take care of the environment. Don't throw things at the ocean, don't throw plastic to the floor, use the trash can. Take care of our planet. We are the only ones who can. So please take this seriously, take care of our environment, and don't sacrifice our environment or animals for just 5 minutes of your entertainment. Please think about the consequences of every one of your actions when you're traveling. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please give it a like. Subscribe to my channel, turn on the notifications, and let me know in the comments all the feedback that you have for me. I would love to hear if you've been to Southeast Asia and what you thought about it, and if you have anything to add to what I said. I hope you guys stay safe, and I will see you soon on my next video.